oh, little bits of paper and drawings, and as if in the blur of sadness, and as if soon or we stay. What is life? So it's a miracle I slept. The police came last night. It was 1:30 in the morning, and my brother had died out west. He was a heavy drinker, a heavy smoker. The coroner, when I phoned her later, she said that's what she suspected, that she had seen it before, that a gastrointestinal breakdown, or I think that's the way she put it, where the intestine, the inner walls, wear out, it gets thin, and then a hole bursts through and blood comes through. So I lay there in bed later, and at what time was it? 3 a.m. But this gray screen here, as if I share with you then, and any of us, to have a point of sharing of this strange, strange world where we don't want to insult anybody, but all the practices that are in place, they do okay a little. So to have a framed photo that you may carry with you in your knapsack and get out and sit somewhere. Do you go to someone's home and sit and say, it's not silly, this is my face, as I try to regroup inside, and I get out of my knapsack my sculpture? Is there something I carry with me so I can be me, or get a bit of a rest and touch it, and you can touch it too and look at it, and we seem more intimate of just, I don't know, our face is sad, or and mess of papers, as if you could carry that with you, or your keyboard and mess of papers, and somehow make you. And Janie says, yes, Slam, Eric, Slam, Eric. She says this is the way for a lot of us, that we have nothing really, and we don't want to talk about it, and in bed to consider things. I lay there alone, and the very hard times, my brother, his death, the way it happened, from heavy drinking, heavy smoking. He was sad. His inside didn't work that good. And whose does, really? Do you ever know it? But to have your intestine just wear out, and like streets driving with cars, and we try to keep up life, and it wears out, and in the car you think thoughts. The walls not work, a hole wear through. What is air, or the air of mystery, or something else? Do any of us face our inside and not die from it? Not just organs, bones, the physical inside, but what it feels like to walk through. There's no door on hinges, it's just scary. Is it black in there or empty? Scary all our life, and we try to brush it off and don't want to hear of it or hear of it in sort of an offhand way or a soft way that doesn't really dig in. Walk through. Here, as I sit with Janie in her home, and she sits on the couch and looks at me as I sit in a chair and look at her, or we both have gray screens up and our fingers are near them, and we have writing that somehow helps as we drive in these intestines, or our walk in our day, or our drive in our day, and we're not drinking or taking drugs, or some of us are. My brother just liked his beer and cigarettes. He wasn't a big drug taker, as far as I know, but I mean, what does it mean? People want to escape or deal with things or drive here then. Don't know of it or put it aside or find a place in the gray screen and the many, many pages that built to me having some comfort in this. Strange things going on in the world, and Janie asks whether I'd like a drink of juice or a coffee. She knows I don't drink coffee, but would I like one this morning? And no, it's okay, I say to her. How is your life going, Janie? And she says that we all face the suffering of others near to us, and sometimes the death. And what is behind us, she says, and this new science or area or art or unknown of the EO2, the edge of the universe, EOTU, and ETs, as if we'd like to have their names and quit calling them ETs, as if individuals would come forward. What is the proper time to talk of it all? It's not disrespectful. A strange world. So on your lap, has some drawings on a board, and sort of about why, this was from an article, I didn't write this, why do people find it so hard to change when they know it's good for them? And it sort of talks about if you have an open heart surgery and people are asked to change by their doctors their lifestyle that perhaps got them into the mess of needing open heart surgery, and only 9% of them modified their lifestyles. And so it's life, you know, and people unable to deal with things, and don't bug me, and don't harass me, and cars driving and in the intestine, or ever be smooth, or in the mess here, and just the mess of good papers, and just comfort, and there's my face of a new world, and very slight, and things, and a useful sculpture that I carry, and I want to get out, and you can touch it. Are your hands clean or fairly clean, or just it's okay, and to know each other, for there's more to us, and the representation of art or writing or help us that we won't go through the door. Walk through. People suspect it or don't know of it or put it aside. We're gentle and beautiful here. What are the ways? Odd world, and admit to it and have some grist to it, and if the EO2 is behind all of us and we still have individuality. And I look at Janie and I say, it's a nice place you've got here. The pictures on the wall of odd art or wild, but you keep it clean and neat. And she says it's not enough. You know that, Eric. I like to talk to you. You broke through and bring this equipment over and have the software or Somehow this stupid technology meant something to me in my saddest times. For someone to add up all the pieces, the steps, technology, religion, sadness, lostness, the long way, strange, something so freaky odd. Last night it comforted me. I felt the energy add up. It was actually there. I dared insult the old situation with my ridiculousness, but it wasn't ridiculous. Feel it confirm my thoughts. And I say to Janie, it's a nice place you got here. And she says, yeah, you said that. And she looks a bit uncomfortable, or looking through the gray screen of her gray screen, and her finger find parts of this, and we share. I reach the steps. I was one of them that had done it. I could feel my brother, Janie, I said to her. I could feel him, his spirit, and wanting me to go on because this was special and had made some sense of it. And he had barely felt it in my voice or that I mentioned meditation, and he thought of it. What was that Eric doing? Couldn't find the inside I had. I'd walked through the door. My brother felt that, and maybe skirmishy. Can't find the words or thoughts, and he knew. My book finds it. You can find it through this. Follow mesmerizing and great words and faulty, broken words, and the feeling build, jar, fail. Try again, we have gray screen. And Janie says it's nice. I have drawings, a few I put together, and it's very important to communicate. And do we have money to pay bills? And do we trade drawings or invest in each other that we can speak this? And this was a drawing I already put on the internet, some photo sharing site, but I felt I'd share it here today and talk a little about it. It's kind of computer screen backgrounds with scrawl and whiteout put on it and smeared, and the feeling of a body in front of computers, or someone question and look at and say, what are you doing in front of those computers? And ever make something like this in just honest, soft, cushiony mess. I wanna know this way so silly. Walk through that opening. It's so silly, Eric, Janie says. And I say, yeah, I know, Janie. It's so silly. The full strange. We have the computer equipment, and it's actually a use in our ignorance and avoidance and denial. No one go through the door. And she says, you have, and I love that you interrupt it and talk about me a little. And what is she wearing? Maybe a sweatshirt and slim fit sweatpants or lounge pants, or she's not slouchy. She kind of has her hair back and no makeup on, and she's just comforting a friend. And I need you. Sad on our faces. Recognize this. Yeah, I recognize you. She says, I see you as all these pieces, and you bring it with you, and it's nice. It's nice that you bring it with you. It's nice that you bring it with you. It's nice. Oh, life is sad. Have anything this morning. Very odd, tired. in all the things that are going on, and oppressing, expressing, trying our best but not really having it. Someone risk the landscape. We need you, Eric, Janie says. I know we don't talk usually, but we talk in prayers like your brother talks to you here this morning, and he knows you're doing this. The O2 is behind all of us, and your brother's individuality is still there. And focus. Bring in the words, comfort in very strange form. I need you to know me inside. And Janie says, this gets to me a lot better than if we were actually sitting there, Eric. You know that, eh? And I go, yeah, Janie, whoever you are, and compilation of people I've talked to and people I miss or never met really, or met only in spirit, and strange small paper words get to us and develop us. And these are some things I wrote down on sort of soft neon green post-it notes. I keep a square pad there at my bedside with a pen, and all the steps meet your inside. We all deep down hope that somebody makes it through the steps. Like you have, Eric, my brother Gord says to me. I knew you would. And the gray screen to signify. Let it out, he says, and the gray screen to signify we know a lot more between each other. I'm still here, he says. And all the steps, how it happened, you made this, Eric. And we made it. We all made it. I'm a kind person, Eric. I had my troubles, but I never kicked someone when they were down. I was upset and confused. Someone made the steps in this strange space of life. You have done it, Eric, in some small way. We love that no one's going to say it. We love it. It is all around us now. It is here. And I will do my best to look down on you, and I'm in heaven, wherever it is, and adaptations of softly we say the strange impossible.